everybody's allowed to speak now under the Constitution.
Amen.
Okay, this is Sherwood City Council.
If this council meeting gets disrupted again, then we will have no choice but to escort that person out. So I'm please asking that quorum be followed, and if there is an opportunity for people to speak at the end, for those who have signed up. So, moving forward, there were many reasons for it to go out, but I think most importantly, we have a responsibility to the citizens that we always try to do the best that we can by them in a fiduciary manner, and that means financially as well. And so by putting it out to bid, we're not excluding anybody from the bid process, but the lease had come up. No negotiations could be agreed upon in terms of price and what all the research had showed us that we could be getting per square foot. So we had some other people express interest, other restaurant owners in Central Arkansas, that they would like to come to Sherwood as stated in the meeting for Parks and Rec. And so the fiscally responsible thing to do is, and the fair thing to do, is to open it up in a legal bid process and allow for anyone who was interested in that met qualifications and had experience in order to put in a bid for that. So that is indeed what occurred. It was not a, shoot by the hip. It was thought through. There were many reasons for it. So that's basically the.
Can I speak? Go ahead.
Sure.
Can I finish, please? So no, and I appreciate the explanation, Mayor. I'm just referring to what was in the email. July 25th with the golf cart lease project. There was a thought that they couldn't renew Joey's more than 5 years based on what they learned from that. They later got an AG's opinion that they could have and didn't have to go into the bid process. And that's what I'm talking about. So it sounds like we had a reaction to the golf cart lease that pushed us down a path that we really didn't have to take. And that's what I meant by the knee-jerk reaction. And that was based on the emails I got, which I have not read all.
Yeah, so I would say if you continue down in that email, there were also some things that had been discovered over several months that were not positive. That Mr. Alexander didn't want to embarrass anybody and bring forward. It's all in the email, all the different reports and so forth. So he was trying to be as polite about the situation as he could, given if you read through all the different health violations, the inspections and so forth on it, you'll see that those are not things that wanted to be publicly put out there. Unfortunately, they have all been FOI, they're all out there, so people can see all these dirty things that we had really wanted to protect the restaurant, the person who's managing the restaurant right now. So that's kind of where they came about. We wanted to make sure, and we had a call from a council member, and we wanted to make sure that everyone had all the information that we had, every report, everything. So that's why you got that email showing you, timeline, showing you inspection reports, etc. So if you go through that email, you'll have all of that.
I'd just like to make a comment, because I really concur with Councilman Lilly on this. When we realized, the reason we went out for bid is we were told we had to, as Mr. Lilly said. Once we realized that was indeed not the case, I think we should have known and go ahead and stopped it right then. Had we come back, and saw some of those things, when we actually were doing the bid or actually renewing the lease, then that would be appropriate at that time. I think that when you make a mistake and you don't have to bid, you stop that process and don't continue down that route. And I think that's the thing that bothers me personally and professionally, because I think we had a false and not being intentional, I don't think Mr. I think there's anything intentional. I think it was an assumption based on this law that this would be the same thing, and that should have been stopped. And I think that's the thing that makes us as a council and as a city take pause, and why residents are not understanding the difference in that. And so I apologize if that occurred, but I think that we as a council could actually say, let's just start this over. I mean, I think there's something else.
The bid process has just started.
Yes.
It is opened up. I will say that
I thought it starts with the
council
first
does
day.
not, by any statutory laws, nor by anything that we have on the books, say, yes, you need to shop out any type of a lease. The council has never done that. You all actually have a say for the first time ever in the contract with agreements. That has never occurred before. Before, what occurred is it was shopped out. Parks said, yes, accept the winning bid. It was negotiated, and the mayor signed on to it. It never went before the council.
And one of the things that was mentioned in that long email also, that I don't think we want to overlook, is the fact that we have an outdated and inadequate lease form in place right now. And so the lease is going to would have to be renegotiated anyway, because it has no, for instance, the issues that are mentioned in his email or copied in his email about the current restaurant, the current restaurant that's there. There's no way to enforce those in this current lease. We couldn't say you're in breach because you're not doing this, not doing that, not doing the other thing. So it's a poorly drafted lease.
Who's all saying?
And
I think he's